Inclusion programs. Latino leaders are calling for a boycott of those big stores. The movement is known as the Latino Freeze, and activists like civil rights leader Dolores Huerta are leading the charge. NBC Bay Area's Damian Trujillo is in San Jose with the story.
Target is one of those being targeted for the nationwide boycott. This after the national chain joined others in eliminating its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The idea of a Latino freeze is growing. The idea is for Latinos to stop shopping at big stores and restaurants like Target, Walmart, and McDonald's, places that recently rolled back their DEI programs. The move followed similar action by the White House and federal government.
If you don't respect our community, then, you shouldn't have our dollars.
Civil rights leader Dolores Huerta is helping lead the charge for a national boycott. Comedian John Leguizamo is also on board and is pushing for a national freeze on all shopping February 28th, calling it an economic blackout.
The call to action for the Latino freeze is targeting specific brands.
Dr. Caroline Chen is professor at San Jose State School of Business. Dr. Chen says that Latinos make up $3.5 trillion in buying power, meaning this isn't an idle threat. But she also notes a successful boycott would need to be a prolonged one, lasting longer than a month.
If it was 2 months, 3 months, 6, et cetera, maybe then you'd make significant inroads to hurting those particular companies economically.
Shoppers we spoke with are buying the call for a Latino boycott.
I support the Latinos people, the migrant people that come to work.
We reached out to Target for reaction to the boycott, but have not heard back. Huerta says the time to act is now.
And the least we can do is send a message to Donald Trump's backers. You know what? If you don't want to support our community, then our community is not going to support you.
Still leading the charge for diversity, equity, and inclusion at 94. Damian Trujillo, NBC Bay Area News.
Well, what we have here. So now the Latinos are doing a boycott. They're boycotting Target. But Reverend Now did this a couple weeks ago, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then he did a buy-in at Costco, which is insane. He should have went to the black community and tell people to support that. But he said he wants to support people who support us. Anyhow, I think this is interesting because it shows a narrative of Latinos up front in the fight for social justice and boycotting against DEI. Which, by the way, DEI, I think is diversity, equity, and inclusion, affects more white women, Latinos, Asians, veterans, LGBTQ, and then us last. Yeah, we're less than 4% of the people who's affected by DEI. Anyway, most times in these movements, the blacks are up front. We're cannon fodder. We're the forefront of these movements. And these are some Johnny-come-latelys trying to take credit for what we started. That's the same reason why they don't understand why we're not all charged up about the immigration issue, because we've been fighting for so long. We're fighting for everybody, and our arms are getting tired, man. I think this was a slap in the face with this news piece that the lady offered. And I agree with boycotting. But how come she didn't mention that the combined forces of Latinos and blacks could have a bigger impact than just the Latinos by themselves or us by themselves? If they really want to do this, also over time, if they keep boycotting, I'd say do something like every Friday. I know we got certain days set out for it, even though I had a little schedule, but I forgot to post it up, so forgive me. Yeah, if everybody stick to the code and pick a certain day of the week, it'll show a bigger impact. It'll hit a little bit harder. But back to the subject at hand. Why is it that they aren't reaching out to our community in terms of these social justice movements? I know they'll use the example of Black Lives Matter and it was scattered, but that had they had a whole nother agenda as well too. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on this. Like, share, and subscribe to the video, and I'll get with you. Peace.